talked about the balance of the league. I mean, you're 2-2, I think, in one possession games, and is that kind of just how it's going to go?
Before we went out to for the Oakland game, I had made that comment, Joe, that I think at that point 7 games, 5 out of the 7 had been decided under the last 4-minute media timeout. So I think that's the way the league is. It's incredibly balanced. I've never seen it as balanced as it is this year. And I think that's what separates the Horizon League from almost any other league that's out there, from the MAC and some of those other NECs and all that other mid-majors, the Valley, is that at any given night, or I should say every night, there's going to be a great basketball game out there.
What about meeting Wright State again after having beaten them?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Jim, I think that, I have, obviously, questioned the league scheduling and how that kind of works out. You'd think that if you look at one team at one point, you'd see them, at least midway through the other, not, 10 days later, 11 days later. But that being said, Wright State's incredibly good at home. I'm not sure they've lost at home. Maybe one game, maybe Green Bay, I think. But they're really, really good there. They're coming off 3 really close losses, obviously, to us. Lost by 2 or 4 points or 5 points to Milwaukee, and then had a great game against Green Bay on Saturday. So you got 2 teams, one's 5-5, and the other one's 4-4, and everybody's in that fight for that 2-3 spot, which gets you that first round bye. I'm sure we're going to see an incredibly hungry, back to the wall kind of attitude from Wright State. That's as good as a defensive team that there might be, that clearly in our league, but might be in the country. So you're going to get an outstanding ball game from them.
What makes Wright State such a tough team at home? Not only this year, but in years past and up another side.
I don't know, John. They're really good no matter where you play them. And they're really good defensively. I mean, I've had 3 or 4 coaches in the league say, how in the world did you guys get, close to 70 on those guys? So, no matter where you're playing them, they're good. But in their building, they have a confidence. And I think in their building, they have a confidence offensively that allows them to get maybe close to 8 or 10 points more at home than they are on the road. And to them, that guards so well, that's a difference maker. That's a deal breaker. I mean, you get 10 more points at home than you do on the road. That's going to be a significant amount to try to overcome in terms of the visiting team.
How do you have to play them different at their place, if at all?
We're not. We're not going to do a whole lot different. You got to take care of the basketball. There's clearly a pattern for us in games that we're not winning in close games, is that we're turning the ball over way, way too much. And we had 9 or 10 turnovers in the second half against Oakland. That was totally our undoing. It was, obviously I think Oakland played well. Not to take anything away from them, but that one was gift wrapped by us. Dana.
With 8 games at the midway point of conference play, what do you guys need to do in the second half of the season better that you maybe didn't do in the first half?
We have to play the close, games. We have to play better basketball in terms of taking care of the basketball. You know what I mean? And then defending. I think a lot of that has to do, though. We gave up the other night 18 points off of turnovers. We did a really good job on the defensive glass. So, you take away 18, 20 points. Let's say you're not going to have a perfect game where you don't turn the ball over, but you take away 10 or 12, you're right where you want to be. So we have to do a better job of of taking care of the basketball. There's no doubt that has been our Achilles heel in terms of these close games. We very easily could be 6-2 right now, but we could very easily be 2-6. I mean, there has been 4 or 5 games that have come literally down to the last couple of possessions.
Does that help the guys being in these tight games? I mean, can that help you down the road?
It doesn't help me. I'm really old today, so no. I mean, I think there's a confidence that they know they're in every game, and we had a great practice yesterday. Look forward to a good one today, but it's it's going to come down to it. I mean, I thought we shot the ball fairly well. I thought we shot our free throws, pretty well. Although I think we missed some ones in the last minute that hurt us. I think we've done over the last 3 to 4 games a much better job at the defensive end in terms of rebounding the basketball, which had been a concern. You just can't give up empty possessions, and then you can't give up empty possessions to easy scores, which is exactly what cost us the Oakland game.
Has Bobby improved as the season's gone on? I mean, I know you talked about it earlier.
Yeah, every day. Not necessarily, game from game, but day to day. He's just, getting a little bit more confident. He's, figuring out how to play in this league in terms of, how to play in the post and how to stay out of foul trouble, and that's such a key for him. But he's having a nice year.
Can you talk about Cam's progress? He had a good game last time against Wright State.
Excuse me?
He had a good game last time against Wright State.
Yeah, Cam's a big part of us, and some of these games that we have come out on the short end, he hasn't played up to what we think he's capable of, or what he thinks he's capable of. I don't think, I don't think he would hide from the fact that he's not played as well as he would like. I have a lot of faith in him. I think he's very capable, and I look for him to have a really good end of the year. He had a tremendous year last year in his last 8 to 10 games, and I'm anticipating that kind of an end for him this year too.